What's up, St. Louis City fans? I am outside the beautiful City Park in downtown St. Louis. Tonight we take on LAFC after losing to them 3-0 in LA. Tonight they come into St. Louis only 6 points behind us with a game in hand. So tonight is a must-win for our lads in St. Louis. Let's talk to some people, see what they're thinking. Who is your favorite player on St. Louis City?
My one guy, Berkey, man. Saved us so many times. Without him, we would not be on the top. MVP forever.
Would you sell him if it meant that St. Louis won an MLS Cup this year?
No. We need him. We're in the top right now. Where would we be without him?
What's the craziest thing you would do for St. Louis City to win the MLS Cup this year?
I lose a pinky. Take my pinky.
Take it away.
Take my pinky.
Okay.
I need my pinky to drink, but you can take it.
Who's your favorite player on St. Louis City?
Leuven. Thank you.
If it meant that we were going to win the MLS Cup this year, would you sell him?
Not at all. He's one of our best players. If we give him away, we're screwed.
What is the craziest thing you would do to win the MLS Cup this year?
Jump off a cliff.
What did he say?
Into some water?
With a parachute.
Who is your favorite player at St. Louis City?
I gotta say Klaus up top and then Parker in the back. Well, they're both powerhouses. And when Klaus comes in, he just makes an impact, knows how to finish. And then Parker, you just can't get past him.
If it meant that we won an MLS Cup this year, would you sell Klaus?
No, because he's part of the first team and he makes that big difference.
If you wouldn't sell him, then what is the craziest thing you would do for us to win an MLS Cup this year?
Okay, maybe we would sell him.
Who is your favorite player on LAFC?
I like Kellen Acosta. I feel like the work he does is kind of under the radar, kind of gets underappreciated. That box-to-box mid, you know, just doing the dirty work, the stuff that doesn't show up in the stat sheets, and that's kind of I like those grinders.
If it meant winning an MLS Cup this season, would you sell him?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I want our players to be happy, and I know he has aspirations to go to Europe. So if it was to Europe, then for sure.
What's the craziest thing you would do to win an MLS Cup this year?
Maybe like go streaking or something like that.
On the field?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite player on St. Louis City?
Perez.
Miggy?
Hey, the young cat, man. I'm always rooting for the underdog, the young kid. You know, that's a big deal for us to have a young kid representing St. Louis. Is only 18 years old.
Yeah.
To be an 18-year-old celebrity, man. I'm just a big fan of him. I hope he does well. I want the best for someone like young like that, you know.
If it meant we won the MLS Cup, would you sell Miggy Perez?
I would not, because he's the future. He's the future, and you sell him, then you know, as a team GM, you always have to think about next year. It's not always about this year. You got to think about the 2-year plan, the 5-year plan, the 10-year plan. The 18-year-old kid on the squad that's a beast like that. You got to be thinking about next year, and I'm rooting for him.
If you wouldn't sell Miggy, what's the craziest thing you would do for an MLS Cup in the inaugural season?
I'd get my left nipple pierced.
All right, so if I go find you when we win this,
if we make when we make the cup,
and I see you on this square later,
I'm gonna find you. I'll recognize you by your mustache.
And you're gonna do this?
I will, and you can just pierce it up.
Who is your favorite player on St. Louis City?
It's gotta be Blum. He's the engine for our team, the center mid. Without him, I don't think we do too much. He puts the team on his back a lot. So when we were missing him, you could tell. I mean, it's hard to not say the lowering our Klaus, but Blum's my guy.
If we were to sell him, but we win an MLS Cup this year, do you do that? Do you sell Blum?
That's a question I can't answer. I can't go there. We win a cup.
We would win a cup in our inaugural season. Would you sell Blum?
You'd have to, wouldn't you? I can't. I'm not gonna go there. I can't even go there. So no.
Well, what is the craziest thing you would do for an MLS Cup in our inaugural season?
Name them everything but sell Blum. I'll give my left hand.
Your entire left hand?
Just the hand, not the arm, the left hand. So I'd keep it up. I'll get a little prosthetic here, but
there we go.
But yeah, left hand.
So who's your favorite player on St. Louis City?
Rasmus Alm. He plays with a lot of passion. He's you can just see him. He's a fireball on the pitch. He's the one who's barreling down off the ball. He's getting fired up at his teammates if they're not doing the right thing. He's always packing a snooze. So
Is he? Yeah. I didn't notice. I'll have to look for that.
See a little cheek bulge, yeah.
If it meant we win the MLS Cup in our inaugural season, would you sell Rasmus Alm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's good. Well, I don't know. I'd like to keep him, but if it meant we could, then I would.
What's the craziest thing you would do for an MLS Cup?
I'd probably sacrifice coming to any home game for the whole next season if we won one.
Who's your favorite player on St. Louis City?
Joe Kenny. Why? Because when everybody else went down, he stepped up and carried this fucking team on his back with some incredible forward play when everybody else doubted him on the internet. He's resilient and he's a beast. That's why he's my favorite.
If it meant winning an MLS Cup this year, would you sell him?
No, because Lutz and Carnell asked for players with heart. They asked for players who were, it wasn't just about the game. They found everybody that plays together as a unit, as a team, and he's a very integral part of this team. If we want to win 2, 3, 4 of them, we need him.
If you wouldn't sell him, what is the craziest thing you would do for us to win an MLS Cup this year?
Strip naked and run on the field. I'd do it.